Hey guys, welcome back for the second week of online lab. So I wanted to start out with a couple announcements. You should have gotten an email from Dr. Koo about the due dates of your lab and all the work in class. I made a mistake in the last video by saying that everything was going to be due every Tuesday like normal, but I found out that was wrong, and I'm sorry, I apologize. Since we are going based off of like a weekly system, just like a regular online class, everything will be due every Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So make sure you're getting everything in before that, all the lab stuff, and I believe you guys have quizzes that you need to do for the actual class. And if you're not in the actual lecture and you're just in lab, don't worry about that. Just make sure you're getting all your lab stuff in by Saturday. So today we're going to be doing chapter 14. So if you want to flip there, it is page 233, and it's about heating the atmosphere. So what I'm going to have you guys do is 14.1. It gives you a diagram. I can show you. It gives you this diagram, then you just answer a few questions. I'm going to have you do 14.2, same thing. It has everything you need, and then just a few questions. I'm going to have you skip 14.3, and then I'm going to be showing you guys 14.4a and 14.4b, and then you guys will answer all those questions, fill everything out, and then you're going to do 14.5 on your own, and then skip 14.6. Don't worry about that. And then same thing as always, you'll do the lab report at the end of the chapter. It'll be page 245, and then we can go ahead. I can kind of explain what we're going to be doing in this video. If you want to flip to page 237, which is 14.4a, this experiment that I'm going to be showing you guys is about albedo. So basically what albedo is how reflective a surface is. And it'll tell you how much light is reflected from the sun, or what we're going to be using is this light right here. I have a silver can and a black can, and each of them have sand in it. And if you flip to 238 on the back side of that page, it has this experiment table, and I'm going to have this light on for 5 minutes, and it's going to be shining on both of these cans, and we're going to record the temperature every 30 seconds. And then after that, I'm going to turn the light off, and for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be recording every 30 seconds the temperature again to see how quickly it cools down. I'm not going to record the whole process because that would be really boring, and so I'm going to stop this video, and I'll come back to you when it's over. Alright, so I finished that first one. I'm not going to give you guys all of the numbers for this quite yet. I'll probably make a chart, and then I'll include it on here. So I'm not just going to go through and tell you all the numbers, but I'll include it. But basically what happened was both the black and the silver can started out at 23 degrees Celsius. And then the black can, the highest temperature it got was 28 degrees Celsius, and it hit that number at about 3 minutes. And then it stayed that way for about 3 minutes until it started to cool down after the light was off. And then the silver can got up to 26 degrees Celsius, and that was after about 4 minutes. And when I turned off the light after 5 minutes, that got back down to room temperature after, at like the 8-minute mark. So the black can definitely absorbed a lot more light, and even when I turned the light off, it held in that heat. It was trapped in that can. And then the silver can reflected it instead of absorbing it, and that heat escaped it. So basically what this is saying is that darker colors like black will absorb more heat, and lighter colors will reflect it. So some things like in Earth that do that, some examples of that would be like icebergs and glaciers would have a high albedo because they're light, and so they're constantly reflecting that sunlight back. And then something that has a low albedo would be the ocean because it's dark and it's constantly absorbing that light from the sun. And I believe that might be a question. Yeah, number 3. So you can go ahead and answer that too. So what we're going to do next is almost the same thing. And instead of using the different colored cans, we're going to see what the difference in water and sand, what that will do. And so it's going to be the same thing if you turn to 14.4b. I'm going to do the water, the dry sand, and then I'm also going to have a beaker that has damp sand in it. And I'm going to record this after every minute of the light being on. And we're just going to keep this light on for the whole 10 minutes. And then, again, I'll probably make another chart and include it so that you guys can fill that in. So I'm going to turn this light on right now and start recording it. And I will be back. Alright, so I finished the experiment for 14.4b. If you look on page 239, there is another data table that you have to fill out, and I will give you all of those numbers in a screenshot probably right here. And then basically it was just showing us that the water heated up a lot slower than the sand did. So the sand is representing land, and then water is just other bodies of water like lakes and rivers and things like that. So the water, the hottest it got in the 10 minutes was only 25 degrees Celsius when it started out at 23 degrees Celsius. And then the sand, when it started out at 23 degrees Celsius, got up to 28.5 degrees. And then the damp sand started out at 23 again. And then that was like a nice in-between the water and the sand. That got up to 26.5 by the end of the 10 minutes. So, yeah, so that was just showing us that land absorbs sunlight and heat quicker than water does. So we're done with that experiment, and yeah, so that's basically it. Those are the ones that I had to show you guys. Everything else you can do on your own. Everything is given to you, all the graphs, all the tables and everything. So just to be clear again, you guys are doing 14.1, 14.2, 14.A and B, which I did, and then you guys just fill out those questions, and then 14.5. So yeah, make sure you turn it all in Saturday, and again, if you have any questions, I will include my email, and go ahead and email me with anything you have. All right, I will see you guys next week.